So this has been a long overdue video because I actually have not gone to church for at least 2 months almost. No, actually a month and a half. Anyways, today I went back to GCL again. Not professor, Pastor Matt had a very terrific talk again, as always. I mean, today's topic was about integrity. And what he talked about was integrity is about doing the right thing when no one else is watching. And I think that's a very, very important character trait to have. It's something that I personally think everyone should develop ourselves to, and it's definitely something that I am keeping not keeping, but I'm keeping a tab. Oh, I guess it is keeping a tab on myself, keeping myself responsible for. And it's just really, really awesome to hear someone talk about it and emphasizing how important it is in our lives to have integrity. I do believe I have a good foundation of it, but I think I could always try my best to improve myself and work towards a more a better version of myself. And I think integrity is going to be a big part of my life, and it's going to be a trait that I'm trying to cultivate towards too. So, and he also talked about the difference between character and reputation. And how he said it made sense to me was that your reputation is what other people think of you, obviously, but your character is what truly defines you. Now, you could be on surface level, you could be a really nice person, you could have all these good things about you, but if your character is flawed, if your character is not developed, or it's in the bad side, I guess, a little bit, it will catch up to you eventually. Whatever it is, it will catch up. And I believe that if you have a good character, if you have a good foundation of a character, your reputation will precede it. And it will it will follow with it. I don't think you have to worry about your reputation as long as you keep in mind of your own character, your true character. And if you grow your true character toward integrity, like he said, I don't think you ever have to worry about it. And he gave some really good examples on real life integrity people. He gave an example about a golfer who wrote down a strike or stroke for himself or something simply because he touched the ball accidentally, even though he could have won the tournament or something, but he didn't, and he kept his integrity, and he gave up the $108,000 or something in prize because of that. And I think it's really, really awesome to hear someone who did that, because it makes you respect them. It makes you respect their character, and it makes you look up to them, almost like a role model, And I think the world needs some people like this for sure. The world needs to realize how important integrity is in our lives too. And he also gave us some other examples. Since he was a mechanical engineering major, he gave some example about the Titanic ship sinking. He was talking about the mechanical side of it. Like, it was a little too engineering, I think. A lot of people didn't really understand it, and I even had a really hard time understanding it, to be honest. But Pastor Matt was an extremely, extremely wise person. I'm really drawn to him on some of the talks that he gave during the church sessions. But this is why I really like going to GCL, is because they just gave so much practical sense of moral and practical sense of character development. And you don't get that at other churches sometimes, especially Greenhouse. I don't like them. I just can't. They don't teach me anything that I can really cling on to and agree with wholeheartedly. Whereas GCL, I believe in them. I truly want to be that kind of person that they describe. But I still do not believe really in God. That's the part where I don't think I can overcome. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. I can't get over the hill of simply accepting something that I have not seen real concrete evidence. I don't know. They say just trust yourself. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't just put it out of thin air and just go, yeah, no, he's there. He exists. I can't do that. I don't think I ever will. But what I found interesting is that their morals and their definition of a good person is in line with my values, is aligned with my values. So while I do not believe that God is making me doing these things, or I'm developing these characteristics and traits to become a pure version for God, I do believe I'm doing it for myself. While I do not believe it is for God or it's influenced by God, I do believe in doing those things. I do believe in developing or growing a person like that. And I align with a lot of the morals and a lot of the values that the Christianity was teaching, at least in GCL they were. So I just found that interesting. While I may not agree with them wholeheartedly about who to believe is the true person, I guess, the true influence, I do believe in the values that they preach. And it may be because I'm doing it for a selfish reason. I want to be a better person for myself. But hey, at least I'm doing it. I don't know. I think it's great that I found some people with similar values and what they think is the right things to do. And I don't know. I'll keep going. I like them a lot. I do. I really do. I may not get into some of the preachings or praying stuff they do, but I certainly agree with a lot of their morals and values for sure.